Hi. Happy Sunday. Welcome, welcome. I'm back on Twitch. I'm streaming simultaneously on YouTube. That's allowed now, I understand. But hi everyone. It's also been a minute since I've streamed on YouTube, so this is a great opportunity for us to catch up on what I've been up to and life and things and such as. I am also testing this dual multi-stream kind of situation, so let me know if there are any issues. My stream manager, my dashboard on Twitch, says that my connection is unstable. However, the Twitch inspector says it's stable. So what's the truth? I don't know. We're gonna have to figure that one out. I hope that everything is okay on the YouTube side of things. Hi Jam, I saw you posting some hearts on the YouTube chat. But I am back, so this is gonna be strange. And I am going to try to see if I can maybe fix this thing on Twitch's side of things. I don't know how that works. So we're gonna figure this out together. But welcome on in. There's so much to talk about, I guess, if we're gonna begin with the fact that it's been not over 2 years, but almost 2 years since I got suspended on Twitch. And oh boy, I've been streaming on YouTube since, and I've been having fun doing that kind of on and off. But more recently, I got a new job. So literally just this past Thursday, I got a new job. I want to also check. I might check the stream on my phone, see if everything is okay on that front. I'm trying to stream Elements multi-streaming tool, so we'll see how that works. Hopefully everything is juicy and up and running. I didn't really announce anything in advance. I didn't this was a very spur of the moment kind of thing. Let me try to boot up the stream on my phone just to see how she's doing. So I'm getting a black screen on my phone. I can see, I can hear myself, but I can't see anything. So that's interesting. Is that what the people are seeing on YouTube? I hope that's not the case. But I am not getting any video on my end. So I didn't put it on audio only, did I? No. Okay, maybe it's something on my end, and we're gonna figure this out. We're gonna figure this out together. So there are like canvas settings, and I think there's like something with there's gotta be something to do with the canvas, but it's the default stuff, so I wonder what's going on there. Oh, hold on. Yeah, same as OBS. Everything same as OBS. Weird. Okay, hi Willow. Willow and Chill. So I also can't see my chat in the multi-chat tool, which is wonderful. Love that. So first off, you're back. Second off, this is formerly Moth. I changed my name. Yes, Slay. Third off, your stream isn't working at all for me on desktop, and on mobile I can hear you, but it's a black screen. Okay, thank you for the feedback. Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. I can't see the chat on YouTube, so love that for me. Sorry guys, this is kind of a little test run kind of thing. So I'm trying to see. It's also so good to see you, Willow and Chill. It's really nice to see you. I've missed the community aspect of Twitch so much. As much as there is fun to be had on YouTube, and there's wonderful things about YouTube that I've fallen in love with over the past almost 2 years. I would say like a year and a half, maybe. There's just some things that just hit different on Twitch. So let me try to figure out my... I don't know if it's something in my settings that I've gotta figure out. I just assumed everything would work. I just assumed everything would work, and it's not turning out to be the case. So I don't really know. Do I need to create a new canvas? Like, I don't know. I don't understand how this works. I've missed you. So glad you got your account back. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, once I have video going on, I wanna talk to y'all about that. Well, I'm not gonna talk about it, actually. But I'm very happy that my account is back. I'll say that. Hold on, y'all. This is a bit much in it. I do not know how to fix that. So I'm gonna try. What if I do this? Did my stream just go offline on Twitch? So, okay, so it's offline on Twitch. I'm reconnecting. Is it working? Okay, hold on. Is it working? Are we back, chat? It's showing offline. Nope. It's showing online. It's showing unstable. Okay. So we don't love that. Whatever's going on there. I'm gonna try... Wait, you can see me now? Hold on. So I can't see okay, I can't see myself again. For some reason, I cannot read your messages from Twitch on my multi-chat thing. So that's annoying. But we'll figure it out. Working on desktop and mobile now. Thank the Lord. So, me getting banned is not really a secret. Like, I talked about it on social media and all that stuff. Honestly, I'm just at a point where I don't want to talk about it. Like, I just don't feel like talking about it anymore, I guess. And it's like, okay, we got it back. We figured it out. We went through the processes to get it back, and it's back. So, you know, water off a duck's back or something. I just have your back. Thank you. I mean, I do feel like, in a way, like I never left, because I've been streaming on YouTube the whole time, you know? So it's not that I was like completely gone from the face of the earth or from the online sphere in a way. But at the same time, I also realized that it kind of happened at the worst possible time as far as like social media just kind of being all over the place. Because I feel like for a while, the streaming hub was all on Twitter back then, right? And I feel like ever since Twitter kind of imploded and exploded, you know, it just, everyone is all over the place, and I feel like people probably missed the fact that like I got banned, and they were like, I don't know where to see them now, and whatever the case might have been, you know? So I totally get that as well. But yeah, it's wild. Also, I guess ads are happening on Twitch, so bear with me. I'm still trying to find my footing here. Still trying to figure it all out. But yes, for now, I'm just excited to kind of come back in my own pace, my own time. Hey Jam, how are you? You mostly have been off the face of the earth for the last couple years. You've been able to watch VODs sometimes. This is Willow on Twitch, by the way. I realize that y'all don't have like a visual way of knowing who I'm talking to and where and how. So yeah, I am streaming on both platforms at the same time right now, Jam. So Jam on YouTube is asking if I'm over on Twitchiana, and the answer is yes, I am. Yes, I am. I don't know if it's weird, like multi-streaming. I don't think I've ever done it. I think if I did, it was like once a long time ago. So yeah, I'm trying. I'm seeing how it goes. There you go, Dr. Jam. Hello. So yeah, let me go. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. So going back to reading Willow and Chill's message. Mostly been off the face of the earth for the last couple of years. I've been able to watch VODs sometimes, but I haven't been able to catch you live a lot. I've only gotten back more into watching Twitch recently. Same. Since I've gotten my account back. Because I felt when I got banned, or I guess suspended, because I am back, so I guess, you know, it wasn't permanent. But when I got suspended, besides like my feelings getting hurt about the whole situation, I guess to give anyone who may have missed it a quick little rundown, what happened was we were having a discussion about like, oh, we were back from the ads. Okay, wonderful. So I just read your message, by the way, and I'm kind of getting into it. So what happened was we were having a discussion on like moderation and shady and offensive usernames, and I kind of said a username, and then our wonderful friend of the pod, Percy, clipped just the username, which was obviously terrible. But Twitch now has a thing where they auto moderate the clips, so obviously it got flagged right off the bat. Immediately got suspended, and rightfully so, you know what I mean? Like, I get it, that's why the tools are there and they were working as they were intended, so I get it. As much as it was frustrating to me, I get it, you know. But yeah, I got it back eventually. Every so often you basically have to appeal, and then until you get it back, and then I got it back, and so everything's fine, and now we move on. So I'm definitely gonna be more careful about the words that I use and the language that I use and all of that. But it's good to be back. It feels good to be back because, and so getting suspended. Also, hi Cash, good to see you. Getting banned or suspended was right, no more gamer words. A couple of things that happened was like I got my feelings hurt, so I feel like naturally I stepped away from Twitch a little bit. And then I didn't want to jeopardize my chances of getting my account back, so I just didn't want to like make an alt that everyone knew about and I would be chatting in people's streams and stuff, because I feel like that could have potentially gotten out of control, and I probably wouldn't ever get the account back. So I didn't want to risk it. And so, you know, just watching streams when you're not logged into an account just doesn't hit the same, because you're not like chatting and interacting with people. So I kind of just over the course of this past year and a half, just kind of stepped away from it a little bit, you know, and just kind of distanced myself. And I feel like it's a two-way street, because at first I was upset and I was kind of hurt by the people that I've missed over the course of like kind of like this transition from Twitch to YouTube that I kind of went through. But then again, I thought, and I was like, well, I also distanced myself from them. You know, it was like, it's a two-way street. Obviously, there was a little bit of a distance. There was a little bit of a disconnection, because it was a two-way deal, you know? Like, I stopped being present on Twitch and I stopped being present in some people's lives. And so they just essentially reciprocated what happened, you know? So yeah, no more gamer words. I might. We'll see. No promises. We'll see. You saw the iconic return. You had to stop by. Oh my God, Cash. Thank you. Thank you for being so supportive over this past while. Almost 2 years. does it click in anyone's head that it's been like almost 2 years, at least a year and a half? Hey Tex, I've missed you. Just a little cigarette here and there, you know. Well, yes. Hi, I've missed you. I've missed you so much, and I've been, you know, clocking in the corner of my eye every once in a while when I go on Twitch, and I'm like, I hope everyone's doing well. But it was, you know, I hope you get it, because it was like, it was both oh god, I can't see my Twitch chat. Okay. It was like both like my feelings were hurt, so I'm distancing myself from the platform, but then accidentally also distancing myself from people a little bit. So yeah, I truly hope that no one took that like personally, and like I didn't care about them anymore, because it was just like a confusing moment in time, you know. Even up until recently, I thought I had like whenever I was, so up until very recently, before I could even appeal again, I was missing this platform, and I was missing being here, and missing the community, I think, was the biggest one for me, because Twitch just has like such a tight-knit community, as far as like when you end a stream, you go and raid somebody, and you know, or like before your stream, you're like putting your stream together and you're in somebody's stream, like chatting up and like watching what they're up to. So yeah, and then I honestly, yeah, it's a lot. I've been going through a lot, not just because of Twitch or anything, but we'll get into it. But it's so good to see you again, everybody. It's so good, genuinely so good to see you again. I was hoping, and I was like truly hoping deep down that I would see some of you again that I haven't seen in so long. And it feels wonderful to see the familiar names and like everything again. Like it's just, yeah, it makes me very happy. It's wild. Like when I saw that it was like 2024 when I got banned, I was like, oh. It was like September, but still, it was, yeah, it was a lot. When Ruin told me you got your account back, we were running to them clips immediately. Same. When I got the account back, I was like, let me delete the clip. They obviously deleted it. Obviously, the clip and the VOD was immediately deleted from Twitch's end. So good thing I was recording it and I put it up on my Google Drive, and I was able to send it during my appeal so that they could see I was not trying to be hateful or like, you know, inciting violence or anything with my comment. Yeah, good thing we're back. It's hard to sorry, GM said it's hard. I feel Twitch has its flaws, but the community building is so strong here. Yeah, for sure. Like, I honestly enjoyed streaming on YouTube. It was like a completely different vibe. Like it was a very, very different vibe that I didn't necessarily hate. But I mean, anyone is streaming on Twitch. You know what I mean? And it's not even a fact of like visibility and trying to like anything, numbers or whatever, but you know, it just hits different. I don't know how else to put it. Also, I hope there's not like a lot of like buffering and anything like that on Twitch. I hope everything is fine. There is not. Wonderful. Thank you. Willow said, speaking for me, also, side note, love the name Willow. Speaking for me, of course, I don't take that personally, I totally get you. Yeah, I mean, I feel like you would be somebody who would, like, totally get it. Based on, like, the little tidbit that you've mentioned earlier. Also, Lois, thank you so much for following the account on, I don't have alerts. I don't have alerts yet. So there's that. The hair looks amazing. Love the highlights. Thank you. She has they faded a lot. But I do have like it's like a color shampoo, so it's like it basically it's kind of like a retouch kind of moment. So it's like a weird crossover between hair dye and like shampoo, which I guess is just like temporary dye, maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. I don't hate it, like, you know, but yeah. She will be retouched soon. Oh my god, Fly, it's so good to see you. You literally did the same thing. It's been a wild couple years. Yeah, girl. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like the past couple years have I just got flashbanged. By the last couple years of just flashing by. But yeah, you're welcome. Glad to see you back again and well. Thank you so much. You need to do bleaching for your hair. Oh my god, I feel that. It looks so good though, Jam. I was gagged. I was so gagged when you popped up on my timeline, and I was like, ooh, okay, Jam. So good. It's so good to see you. It truly is, Fly. It truly is. Hey, a positive spin is that I didn't lose my affiliate status. So hey, I didn't lose my affiliate status, so you can support me monetarily if you feel inclined to. If you have a Twitch, a Prime Gaming, I'm not used to this yet, a Prime Gaming account that you haven't used, so yeah. Hope that was a pleasant sound to your ears. Oh my god, yes please. Yes please. Either on Discord or whatever, Willow. Yes please. But also, if you wanna group therapy and chat, you totally can. You totally can. I was gonna say, oh yeah, okay. Let me tell you. Speaking of updates, this past week alone, stuff happened. So okay. So I will say something. The past, so me getting, oh my god, Dex, that emo is amazing. I was like, who is she? Love her. Another thing I missed about Twitch was the emotes. Side note. So unfortunately for me, I kind of put myself, since the beginning of the pandemic, just saw my own face in chat. That is a sensation I haven't felt in a while, so that's interesting. Uh, oh my god, Jam! Thank you so much for the tier 1 subscription. 9 months. It's definitely been more than 9 months since I've been back, but hey, we'll take it. We'll pretend it was we'll pretend. We'll pretend. Thank you so much. I don't have a fancy alert yet, but mama, I'm the alert. Okay, let me get back on task. So, since the pandemic, I essentially focused on Twitch full-time in my mind and in my time. I dedicated all of myself to this, and I think to my detriment I did so. So I think a really positive thing that happened from me getting suspended was that I was kind of forced into reality in a way, if that makes sense. So I don't want to look at my preview. Hold on. Let me like cover my face up or something. I don't want to look at myself. Non-derogatory. We're not doing that. I just don't, I don't want to look at the preview. I want to look at you. I got derailed again. Right. Getting suspended forced me to get back to reality. So within the last, I want to say, year and a half, I've I went to a psychiatrist and gotten medication for my mental health. I've since started therapy and I've done a few courses that have helped me kind of get back into society and things outside. And the latest little update is that she got a job. Yeah, she got a job. It's a corporate gig, a corporate moment, but it's also not a corporate thing where like you have to wear like a suit. So I can have my gay hair and my gay earrings. She's a businesswoman. No. Right now she's a trainee, mama. I was like, oh, I'm entering a job where they actually will teach me how to do the job for like a month. And then after the month goes by, I'm gonna have a shadowing period. So I'm not gonna be like just thrown into the wolves. Wonderful. Like, the job market is so trash that I'm here like weeping over like bare minimum, like commodities, Thank you, Fly. Thank you so much. I'm gonna be working customer service. It's all under an NDA, so if anyone from my company is watching, I'm not gonna spill anything. But essentially, I'm gonna be answering tickets. So it's not even like a phone thing, a direct contact kind of thing. So I'm gonna be helping people out. It's like a social media kind of thing. So it's people being like, hey. So it's people like me being like, hey, I got my account. I got suspended. Like, so it's gonna be something like that. Which I see the irony in that. Okay? The universe works in mysterious ways. You know, the universe works in interesting and funny ways, and I couldn't have scripted this in any other fashion. So it's, yeah, so I'm basically doing like, you know, the ticketing for things. It's like, you know, people paid for a service and they want a refund or something. I don't know. I genuinely don't know the details. I obviously, if I knew, I wouldn't tell you. But that's basically it. The main downside to it is that besides being a full-time gig, it's also gonna have rotating days off and schedules and shifts. So essentially, like, this first month I'm gonna have a regular kind of like, you know, 9 to 5 kind of moment. But once it gets started, because it's like a 24/7 kind of like, you know, customer support moment, she's gonna do the night shift, she's gonna do morning shift, afternoon shift, so she's gonna do it all within reason, I guess. But I'm excited for this project, and I'm really excited to like do something completely different. Some of you know this, like I've mainly worked food industry and I hate it. And when I saw this opportunity, like no previous experience required, all this stuff, I was like, yes ma'am, yes ma'am. So I'm excited for this, and it seems like there are opportunities within, like, everyone I've interacted with yet, from my trainer to the people whose jobs is literally like their job title is welcoming staff. So, you know, there's that. Like you can grow within the company within like a year and a half to 2 years. You know what I mean? So like it feels like there's a progression, and there's like ways for people to be transferred to projects that make more sense to them, either like schedule wise or responsibility wise. So they have a lot of really cool stuff going on, and I'm excited for this. I feel like I've tried really hard to find something that it doesn't destroy me physically and mentally. So hopefully this will be it. On that note, I can't really foresee or predict a schedule as far as like streaming goes, because I'm not going to be able to predict that I'm not going to get home super tired from my commute and from my work day or what have you. I'm not, you know what I mean? So I'm not going to predict and be able to tell you that like I'm going to be here every Sunday at 5 p.m. because that will probably not happen. So I don't want to make any promises that I'm not going to be able to keep. At the same time, I am interested in maybe creating a Discord account. Well, I have a Discord account, but a Discord server up and running again, or like something. Because I'm on Instagram primarily these days. I am on Blue Sky, but every time I open it, I just get like, it's not even a writer's block. It's like a creative block. I open most social medias and I just have no idea what to do. Like I just get blasted with this wall of like, I don't know what to do. So I'm actually reading a book called The Artist's Way to hopefully help me unblock my creativeness, my creative juices, and get me going on that front. And for obviously anyone who is watching this on YouTube, because this is going to be up on YouTube as well, this doesn't mean that I'm gonna abandon the YouTube channel or anything. Worst case scenario, it becomes mostly a VODs channel, which is what it's basically been. Like, you know, after you're done with a stream, it becomes a VOD immediately. So there's that. Speaking of, I do have, I removed all the VODs from this account and all my highlights because now there's like a limit to how much shit you can have on your back end. So I just basically removed everything because I do have a VODs channel on YouTube for like all of my old, pre-2024 streams. And including the last stream that I did, I think, where I got suspended. That one I did censor it because I didn't want to get banned on YouTube as well. But it's there. It's archived and it's there. I think the channel is still called Project Ruby VODs or something like that. So, oh yeah, I changed my username. I forgot about that. I forgot to mention that over the course of this entire stream just now. I changed my username. It's Ruby Boot or Ruby Boot. I was initially gonna make an account that was like, it was like Ruby Boot or Ruby Booty, something like that. But then I kept adding letters. And then I just saw Ruby Boot and I was like, I love this actually. I was like, I actually love that. So that's gonna be the one. So here we are. But thank you so much everybody for the congrats and for, yeah, the well wishes and all that stuff. Thank you. So beep beep. It's Ruby Toot. Susie Toots ugly. No, not ugly. We're not doing that. My therapist would shoot me in the head if they heard me. They wouldn't. They're not violent like that. No. It's Ruby Boot. Hop in, girls. We ride at dawn. Does that mean I won't ever change it to something else? Who knows? Literally, who knows? I certainly don't. I know nothing. So how am I supposed to know something when I know nothing? Ain't that something? So anyways, let's catch up. What have y'all been up to? Tell me everything. If you've missed what I've been doing, I do have a ton of streams that I did over the past year and a half. You can check out on youtube.org. So yeah, we always thought I would be Jam forever. Look at me now. Well, you are. You just upgraded. You're now Dr. Jam. Yes. So yeah, please, let's do a little juicy catching up sesh. So had to step away before I got life updates out, but short version, got my mental health right. Love that. I'm doing the work myself too, and I am one cohesive person. Slay. Crazy relationship drama. Oof. Might be immigrating and getting married. Hey. Love that. Oh yeah. There's also there could also be opportunities for me in the future to relocate to like literally any other branches they have worldwide. So I don't know if they help with relocation or anything like that, but that could be extremely juicy. That could be extremely juicy. Not that, you know, I'm in a rush or anything, but you know, there are juicier countries out there than Portugal. Oh, I have no idea. I just got started. Like, I literally only have done 2 days of training. So I haven't even like looked anywhere, anything, but they have branches literally all over the world. Like, I'm talking Japan, South Korea, most places in Europe, like a few African countries, North America, South America. So they got it going on. So yeah. So it could be anywhere. Will I go to the US? Probably not. Probably not that. But there's a lot of juicy options maybe out there. Who knows? I mean, I would have to, if I were to go somewhere that doesn't speak primarily English or Portuguese, that would be a problem because I don't know any languages. But I also, life update, I also am really looking to go to university. So, yeah. So, yeah. There's that. Yeah. So we'll see. It turns out, when you start going to therapy, when you start taking medication that actually helps, you kind of get your shit together. And you actually begin dreaming and wanting things out of life, and you begin wanting things for yourself and such as. So yeah. We'll see. I would love to visit Canada sometime too and say hi to Jam, be like, hey girly. Ooh, Ireland. I've heard Ireland is gorgina. And we would be time zone twinsies. I'm pretty sure Ireland is in my same time zone as me. Fun fact. Come say hi. I would if I could. I would if I could. The moment I can afford it, I will. Real, getting my mental health right was really the catalyst for all this. I actually want to be around for a long time. Ooh. Yes. So I want to actually do things and have dreams. Yes. 1,000%. To me, it was oh yeah, once all of this shit isn't consuming my brain 24/7, I can actually think about other things. I can actually think properly, and it's lovely. We love that. I'm genuinely really happy for you. Every time I would see your on your Patreon that you would be so there was another fusion. Oh yeah, so there was another fusion. I was like, wait, if I'm putting 2 and 2 together, this is good news. I was like, wait a minute, doing the calculations. I was like, wait, this is good. Yes, time zone sister. Oh. As you can see, I still very clownish, very silly. And that's also another thing. Getting into therapy and I think primarily starting the medication and then getting into therapy really, now that I'm at this new job, I'm not hiding how faggy I am. You know what I mean? I'm not like, it's not a thing. Like, obviously, I feel like I'm freer when I'm online and stuff like that. But I feel like I'm not, like, if people ask me, like, oh, what are you into? I'm like, Sailor Moon. Sabrina Carpenter. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not, you know. I can say that. I can, you know. We can say it. We can say it. Come on. Come on. As long as literally nobody clips just that word and makes it sound like I'm insulting anybody. Also, by the way, I guess it just hit me. Like, I absolutely held no hard feelings for Percy, because that was genuinely like a fun, like, it was a funny thing. Like, the clip killed me, literally, and my account as well. It was too powerful. So, you know, we don't want to replicate that. But, you know, yeah. You know, they banned me because it I'm not gonna say that. Because I've taken accountability for what I've done and what I've said. No, but honestly, yeah. I was like, why did I say that? I was like, why did I say that sequence of words and, like, expect that nothing terrible would have happened? I was like, what? You know what I mean? Like, afterwards, I was like, of course I got banned. Like, what was I thinking? Like, what was I thinking? Like, it was genuinely, like, anyways. It was certainly a fun Sunday. Oh my god, I'm back on a Sunday. Oh, full circle. So yeah. I'm just honestly just very happy. And it feels like it's not really a full circle. Well, it does feel like a full circle moment, but it feels like I'm back with, like, such a different mindset. Like, I'm not aiming to be a streamer TM. I'm not aiming to be a content creator TM. Like, I'm just like, whenever I'm feeling the creative juices, I will post something, I will stream, I will do a little thing. But, like, it's exhausting. For the mental of it all, it's exhausting to deal with, like, the ebbs and flows of, like, analytics and viewership and engagement and all this stuff. And I also did, like, a couple social media courses that just really took the fun out of it. Let me tell you, a lot of, like, yeah, just, like, go on ChatGPT. Literally had a teacher. These were, like, small, like, online courses that were, like, basically paid for by the employment center kind of thing. Long story short, some of these teachers were like, so go on someone's Instagram, screenshot their post and their bio, go on ChatGPT and tell them to come up with something better for you. I was like, oh, so we're just like, so this is just like what marketing professionals are doing. I was like, so this is what some marketing so-called experts are doing, which would explain a lot about a lot of things. But yeah, very poopy, very, very poopy. Anyways, so, ooh, my voice cracked. Ooh, very big update. I don't think, oh no, I did talk about it. That was actually my latest YouTube stream. I have accidentally become a video game collector. And what I mean by that is I recently started because forgot, for the Twitch audience that doesn't know about this, I worked at a call center for about 2 months. And it was terrible. And the first month was actually fine, but it was terrible overall speaking. And the second month that I worked, they haven't paid me because they were like, oh, you didn't close any clients and it's your second month, so you should, oh, bitch. Oh, you don't know. Oh, you don't know. Okay, I'm excited. This is not exciting, by the way, but I'm excited to tell. So they were like, a week before, no, Jam, there's updates to this, Jam. There's updates to this, Jam. So December, I worked. By the way, this was supposed to be a training contract. It was not a professional contract. However, I was doing professional hours. I was working the same hours as everyone else, not getting paid for overtime, nothing of the sort. Anyways, December, closed some deals, got paid my, base pay, I guess you could say. Nothing more than that, because we were selling solar panels and basically none of the clients that I closed ended up actually going through and installing, because there's a lot of processes after you close a sale, whatever. Month of January stops by. A week before the end of the month, the more I'm learning about this company, the less I'm able to sell their products, lo and behold. And so 1 week before the end of the month, they're like, so you haven't closed any clients yet. So if you keep working until the end of the month and you don't close any clients, the company is not going to pay you. So if you leave early, I'll make sure that you get what you worked, you get paid for the work that you did do. And I was like, okay, slay. Mind you, I didn't have a copy of my contract. When I got the copy of my contract, the fact that they didn't pay me made a whole lot of sense, because turns out if either of the parties interrupt the training period, they are entitled to not pay me. Which has led me to then go to work court, labor court. So I've gone to labor court to say my side of the thing, and then so basically, long story short, they still haven't paid me. It's April, by the way. And we're going on my birthday to court, me and my previous employee. And the objective of this appointment is for us to find a common ground. So to have a friendly, deal kind of thing. Happy birthday to me, mama. My mom was like, oh, it's gonna be your birthday gift. They're gonna pay you on your birthday. And I was like, yep, that's what's gonna happen. Hopefully. So, yeah. No, literally. I'm gonna be like, so it's my birthday? Your Honor, it's my birthday. And they're like, you know what? That's actually extremely fair. So we hate that. But, the good news is that by then I'll be settled in this new job opportunity that, you know, turns out they do the bare minimum plus more. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? So yeah, it's really sad. I was actually talking to my coworkers and also like my parents and people in my life about it. I was like, it's actually really sad how excited we get about like, oh my god, they pay for your overtime. Oh my god, they pay you extra for your overtime. Oh my god, they pay you extra if you go to work on a holiday. Like, it's actually really tragic at like how excited we get over like the bare minimum. It's like, mama, they have to. It's literally the law. It's like, hey, they're just following the rules and you're like applauding them for it. It's like, I know, but you would be shocked at the amount of companies out there that don't even do the bare minimum. So there's that. When your employer follows the law, what is this? Ooh. What is this luxury? Oh my god, I am so excited for this. Call centers in general suck so bad. I've been there. Oof, yeah. I've heard horror stories about like other call centers, so yeah. It's wild. The amount of things that they get away with or they think they can get away with is wild. You felt like that when you started doing retail instead of hair and you actually got breaks. That is so real. That is genuinely so real. They're like, so there's a limit to how much overtime you can do in a week. And we're like, what? What is this? And then you go and it's like, oh, it's the law. Like, they're literally just following the law. But I think what I've learned, my therapist has worked like HR in the past, so they know a lot about like work, like labor laws and stuff like that. And they were like, so they have to do that. When I was telling them all the perks, they were like, okay, so they have to do that. So it's like, yeah, they're just, yeah, they are required to do that. But I guess what I learned is that a lot of like, there are a few big companies, especially worldwide companies, that like are very on top of that, of like the labor laws in each country, because they do not want to take any chances. So sometimes, like, you know, working for a bigger corporation can be like a good thing, because it's like they will be on top of it when it comes to stuff like that, because they don't want to get into any legal troubles. They want to have their reputation like squeaky clean. So it can work in your favor sometimes, with like a very let me like underline that, sometimes it can be good. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you updated. Like I said, for now I'm just doing Monday through Friday, so I will probably have like, you know, my therapist has challenged me to go out and do stuff on Saturdays, so I'm not at home on Saturdays, and or, you know, at least one day of the week, or like one of my days off I should like be out of the house, and then the other I should or can am allowed to be indoors and just enjoy being you know, lazy and just a blob of a person. And, you know, with that comes streaming. So, and, you know, videos and other things. So my plan at the moment is I wanna be live consistently. Like, I wanna show up for y'all in ways that feel genuine to me. Like, I feel like I'm not gonna stream every Sunday just cause. But I do want to have like these moments where I come on and say hi to y'all and stuff like that. I do little updates, life updates, little chit chats about what's going on, what we're reading, what we're watching, what we're playing, where we're finding joy in life, you know? And right, to get back to what I was saying earlier, I just realized I completely started a topic and forgot to finish it. So, video game collecting. So, because I now I understand why I switched topics. So, I started selling shit. So I started selling like old games. Like, I went to a store. It's like it's a chain store. It's called CEX. It might be more of a European thing. I'm not sure, but it's like a secondhand game. You sell your games, you sell controllers, you sell all that stuff. So I had a bunch of shit lying around that I didn't care about. And I was like, okay, I'm decluttering, doing my thing. And then I was like, oh wait, but I want that, and I want this, and I want that. So it's kind of becoming, or it has become a thing where like, I'm not becoming a minimalist like I thought I was. And instead, I want to really curate like my library of games, of like, you know, the physical games. Because this is also recluttering. No, kind of. But, you know, I think there is something poetic about like, when you get rid of old shit that you don't care about anymore, it leaves the room open for new things to come into your life, which is like, you know, there's something beautiful about that, like letting go of stuff and then new things come in, you know? Like, I feel like that's very like cutesy, like that's very like life goals kind of thing. So yeah, I'm basically kind of creating this like physical library, and it kind of came as a result of like, there was this like really big like ROMs website that like closed down last month or something. So in the midst of like acquiring some stuff that I may want for later, I was like, I don't like that I have access to so much, because it almost devalues all of it. And so when it comes to like most of the retro stuff that I want to enjoy, like PS1, PS2, all that stuff, I'm like, I kind of would rather stick to the stuff that I own for now, because it like, I don't know, it makes me value those experiences a little more. And also, I'll be honest, like, I don't always love being afraid that like I'm emulating something and it like for some reason doesn't work properly, or you know what I mean, and there's like a weird glitch and it doesn't run properly, and the experience is then ruined. So this doesn't mean that I'm completely against like emulating anymore, but I have found a way to make my PS2 games look cuter on stream. So that could be a thing that I do. Like, I've been playing FF10 like on my PS2 that I grew up with the original disc that I had growing up, and it's been so lovely. So yeah, like the latest stream that I did on YouTube was really encompassing of that vibe. Like, I did a little a mini haul, and I played the games that I got. And then I realized that my PS3 isn't working anymore. So that sucks, because I got a Hannah Montana game for it. And now I can't play it because my PS3 is dead. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get it fixed. Hate that. But I do have some PS3 jams that I like want to get back into and like check out. The Worst of Both Worlds. Oof, that's really sad. So yeah, I've been going to like this flea market like once a month, and it's been like really cool to like, now that I'm like, oh yeah, I started reading, by the way. After I got banned from Twitch, I started reading. So like I got like 2 library cards, and like, yeah, I've been reading up a bunch, book clubs, all that stuff. Oh my god, Dex. Time for me to play the Tomb Raider anniversary game, but with the Hannah Montana mod. I saw a clip of, I think they're a Portuguese streamer as well, and they were doing that, and I was like, oh my god, that's really fun. I really want to do that. That's really fun. So yeah, basically what I'm saying is, I'll be honest with y'all. Okay, let's be honest with each other here. The retro game market is insane. Like, we're talking like games being more expensive than modern games. We're talking games going for hundreds and hundreds of euros. We're not doing all that. If a game is like that expensive, I will probably most likely acquire it by other means than purchasing them. However, if I find them at a cute price at a flea market or a garage sale, I may enjoy it. But in the original, you know, OG physical hardware, all that shit. But I'm not gonna become a purist all of a sudden. I'm not gonna become a purist all of a sudden, okay? I still acquired a bunch of shit before that website went down. Let's be honest with ourselves here. Because here's the thing. I think another reason why I've been able to get these like games, for example, I got like Tekken 4 and Tekken 5, the PS2 ones, and I was like, those make me happy. The fact that I have them, you know, and I have them in my shelf, like, it makes me happy to have that kind of stuff. But at the same time, if my PS2 breaks down one day and it becomes too expensive for me to get a new one, we're figuring other things out, girls. But yeah, like, I'm excited. Okay, yeah, so the reason that I've been getting these games is because sometimes, for example, I sold some like PS3 games that I had, and like I had some shitty physical PC games. And like, when you sell them at some of these stores, like, they give you more, it's basically more value if you get a voucher that you can spend at that store than if they just straight up give you money. We're talking like, there's some games that they will fully give you like 50 cents for it, and it's like, okay, I would rather have like, you know, $2 on my, you know, on a voucher that I can purchase like a $5 game kind of thing. So I feel like y'all get it. That was probably how GameStop and all that stuff worked. So, you know, there's that. Turns out I also, speaking on the topic of games, I also learned that in the European Union, Nintendo has to fix your Joy-Cons for free if they're experiencing drift. And I also learned that they will literally pick it up from your home for free, and they will fix it and then send it. So very soon I will have my fixed Joy-Con back, and I will kind of return to my Switch shenanigans. I feel like it's been a really long time since I've like played games on my Switch. And you know, worst case scenario, if I don't fully dive back into it all, I can just sell it all. and buy the Switch 2 maybe, and get the Tamagotchi Life game that looks really fun. Tamagotchi. That game looks so fun, by the way. Anyways, very exciting stuff. So I'm just very excited, and these streams are gonna be wild and random, and whatever happens. But it feels really good to be back and to see familiar faces in the chat, and maybe some new faces down the line and all that stuff. Like, yeah, it's nice. I know, right? Yeah, like Willow, every time I look at, like, I think that's, besides the Joy-Con drift, Switch games are just so expensive that, especially when I didn't have a job, or, when I had a job that didn't pay me, I was like, do I really want to spend that much money? But then again, if I can, like, sell, like a Switch game that I haven't played in years, because those still go for a decent amount at at like those game stores, they still sell for a pretty decent amount. So I was like, maybe I can try to catch up on some Switch games that I've missed over the years. And maybe I can, kind of wrap up my Switch 1 experience with some games that I may have missed. Through, like, selling old games and getting others and doing all that. And then, maybe when the time comes, I can get a Switch 2 or something like that. But I don't know. I'm not, like, in a rush or anything. So yeah, that's basically it. I know that was probably very ranty and very chaotic and all over the place, but that's me. That's me. I feel like that's like the best way to get reacquainted with me and who I am and what I do. It's like, yeah, chaotic all over the place. We'll forget the topic they're talking about midway through, and we'll start a new one. So, that's me. But yeah, I probably will be streaming I will at least be making a video once a week. I'm not gonna post once a week. I'm not gonna promise a weekly stream, but it will probably happen. It will probably happen. So, because I really do enjoy doing this. Obviously, I'm not gonna do like long streams, and it's not gonna be like a huge time commitment, but I do miss streaming a little bit and creating stuff. And I also will let you know how this is going with the book The Artist's Way, because I've heard really good things about it, and it really looks like it has a lot of potential. So I will keep you updated on how that goes, because it's basically a course but in a book format. So you like read anecdotes, and then there's like tasks for you to do and like prompts for you to write about and stuff like that. So it's almost like a healing journey, but also like you're learning. It's like educational, not necessarily self-help-ish, but it's like, yeah, it's interesting. So we'll see how that goes. I will keep you updated on that as well. Your plan is to wait until they release a new Animal Crossing. That's fair. I mean, hey, you have Pokopia, you have the Tamagotchi game. you know, close enough. Hey, Fergie, I sure have. Very recently, this is my first stream back. Welcome on in, Fergie. I got my Twitch back. I'm still on YouTube, but I did get my account back, which is very exciting. Girl, I just had to appeal. I just, I essentially, I think you can only appeal. I could only appeal every 6 months or something like that. So I had to wait a while for each time. And I think this last time was the one that like really, I don't know. I think it really came through like the essence of everything that happened and where I'm at mentally and the context of the whole thing. I also submitted like a link to the Google Drive, to the VOD. So it was just like a lot, and thankfully I got my stuff back and reevaluated, and I got a second chance, which is very nice. Thank you, Fergie. I hope that you've been well. It's really, really nice to be back. It's just, yeah, I've been talking about it the whole stream, but it's just, yes, I've been on YouTube and I've been streaming on there pretty consistently, but it's like the Twitch chat just hits different, it just hits different. And, like people usually are looking for streams on Twitch, not on YouTube. So I totally get how people have completely missed my stuff and what I've been up to and all that stuff, because, shit happens and a lot of people are not on YouTube as well. So, Hey, Mana, the scream you let out. Love that. So good to see you, Mana. It's so good to see you all. Genuinely, like I was talking earlier that I felt a lot of feelings when Slay, it's Hunty. One of my best moments in life. But I felt a lot of feelings getting suspended and, feeling left out. Mana, thank you so much for the resub. I really, really appreciate that. I've missed saying this as well, weirdly enough. Thank you. 4 months. I don't know how that happened. I've been gone for like 1.5 years. But hey, thank you. But yeah, I felt a lot of feelings. I was talking about this earlier, like getting suspended, I felt left out, and I felt, I felt a certain kind of way about people not making that transition with me, but then at the same time, I also distanced myself. It's not like it was a thing where, people just randomly stopped interacting with me. It's like, no, I also isolated myself a lot. And I also isolated myself from the community. And I also was kind of like, what's the point if I can't be in their chat? What's the point if we can't really 1,000% connect anymore? Because I didn't want to jeopardize the chances of me getting back. I did heavily consider like an alt or something like that just to chat. But I feel like, honestly, somebody was gonna fuck it up for me. Somebody was gonna telltale on me, and it was gonna be an issue, and I wasn't gonna get my shit back. So I'm glad I did it. But like, so I hope that y'all haven't taken it personally. The fact that I have sort of disconnected from so many of you, and also know that I did take it personally for a minute, but then I healed, and I've been in therapy for a lot of reasons. But I've, and I've come to realize that it's a two-sided thing, and that people wouldn't be able to connect with me if I wasn't connecting with them. And it was just a shitty situation for everyone involved. And yeah, it's nice to be back. And I yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a whole other thing, Mana. Like, social media is all over the place as well. Like, I'm not on TikTok anymore. I'm not posting on Twitter anymore. I barely post on Blue Sky, and I barely post on Instagram. So, you know, for a minute there, I was doing like daily videos and things like that. But it's different, you know? It's different, and it never really quite hit the same, you know? So yeah, I'm happy to be back here on Twitch. I'm not gonna, it's not gonna be a full-time Twitch situation anymore, because I too have a full-time job now. Just literally started 2 days ago or 3 days ago or whatever. But I have other things going on. But I mean, that was something that I learned against my will by getting suspended, was that, like, figuring out what other things I want out of life, you know? So in a way, it really helped me. Like, I really feel like I grew a lot as a person within the last year and a half, because I wasn't so hyper focused on streaming, like, and only streaming, and having streaming be my only, not personality trait, but close enough. And so yeah, I want to do this in a way that feels legit, in a way that feels genuine, in a way that feels joyful. And I'm not interested in the grind anymore. I don't think I fully ever was, but I did put effort into it, so yeah. Anyways, all of the important links are here on my channel, here on Twitch and on YouTube. So yeah, in case something happens somewhere on any social platform, know that I am on Instagram, on YouTube, and Twitch, and sometimes Blue Sky. Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that. I feel like the whole, there's an ad going on right now for people. I think the ads are beginning. Sorry. But I think, I think when you make videos and when you start streaming, and I feel like it happened so many times to me that I can now recognize that pattern. It's like, it always starts as a fun little thing that you're doing, and then it becomes a thing that you're obsessing over, and that you want to grow, and that you want more and more and more and more and more. And then next thing you know, you're literally playing video games and you're supposed to have a fun time, but you're obsessing over, like, oh, that stream didn't do as well. There weren't that many interactions on that stream. People didn't want to watch this thing or that thing or whatever. And then it becomes a thing, like, before you're even live, you're like, oh, I'm not going to play this game because it's a flop. I'm not going to do this because it's a flop. And, like, you just get into this, like, weird mindset. At least that's been my experience. I don't know, how everyone else relates in their own way, of course. But yeah, I'm not interested in all of that anymore. Like, it's exhausting. And, I saw somebody who said that, like, the best way for them to make stuff was to just make them without any expectations of, and not even of how it performs, but any expectations of, like, okay, so if I make a video here, if I stream here, then I have to do it every week in order for it to mean something, in order for it to be legit, in order for it to be whatever. And it doesn't have to be that, So yeah, that's kind of my mindset at the moment. It's like whenever I feel an urge to stream, I will do so. And I will do whatever I want, whenever I want, I suppose. And if I feel like creating a video and, you know, fucking around with a video editor or whatever, then I will. And then, you know, whatever happens kind of, you know, happens. So yeah, I'm not really interested in the, I think I just completely, I don't know if it was a burnout, but I don't know, social media just hits different in a derogatory manner. It just hits different, and it doesn't feel as fun anymore. So I'm just not on it anymore. Welcome back from the ads, by the way. I tried to snooze them as much as I could, but I couldn't do it any longer. And yeah, it's exhausting, like, to always wonder if you're good enough, or to also, I mean, it's just a shitty thing for you to turn something that's supposed to be fun into a work. Like, how can I monetize this? How can I make this thing not fun anymore? And I do think there's a way to keep it fun, but still, like, pretty consistent. But I do feel like the consistency is gonna have to happen naturally. I feel like I'm gonna have a natural consistency, whether it's like once a month, once a week. I feel like I'm gonna naturally gravitate to doing creative things at certain times or whatever. But I think the main thing is prioritizing my well-being, you know? And that's on therapy. It doesn't hit the same anymore, yeah. But seriously, like, you know, making the time to write what people call the morning pages, and just like brain dump somewhere where it's like you're writing it ugly, you're writing it like with spelling mistakes, you're just like taking a brain dump all over like your notes app or your notebook or whatever. And like, it really does help clear your mind and help you prioritize certain things in life and realize when something is actually harming you, you know? Like, I think me doing this thing of like, oh, I'm streaming 3 times a week, 4 times a week, and all this stuff, like, it's, you end up putting yourself in a box, and then you end up imposing all of these rules on yourself that nobody else is really putting on you. But next thing you know, you're like overthinking something as silly and fun as like playing a video game in front of your friends, you know? Like, I don't know. I'm just not interested in it. And every time I see, you know, the partner pushes and all this stuff, I'm like, it's not that I feel for them, but I worry about them. I'm like, I hope that you're okay. I hope that you're not letting this milestone consume you. And I hope that you're happy, you know? Because it's a lot. It's a lot to tie your self-worth to external things like your job or your hobbies, or how well your hobbies are performing, or how well a thing that you posted is performing, is a lot. And I feel like we are not fully equipped maybe to deal with all of that. I don't know. But in any case, I'm not interested in that anymore. It doesn't mean that I'm not interested in streaming anymore. It doesn't mean that I'm not interested in creating cool shit. But you can't create cool shit if you're constantly obsessed with nobody's gonna watch this, or how do I make this more marketable? How do I make this more palatable, or what have you? Like, how do I format this? How can I make a series out of this, or what have you? So, yeah, I'm not interested in that anymore. Thank you very much. And yeah, you'll see me when you see me. I will try to put a bigger effort into keeping y'all updated and stuff like that on Instagram primarily, because I do like to post a little story here and there. It doesn't feel like posting a story on Instagram doesn't feel like as big of a commitment as like posting something on your wall. You know what I mean? That's still something that I probably have to work at, or work on rather. But we'll see. We'll see how that works. I appreciate y'all so much. I do have to go because I do have work tomorrow, and I have to get up early for that. So I'm, doing my pre-work night routine. We'll see how that looks like, because it's my first Sunday night in this new job, so we'll see how that works. But seriously, I appreciate y'all so much for stopping by and for, chatting with me, for welcoming me back, for indulging me in this catch-up session, for, reconnecting with me. This really feels like a reconnection in every sense. So, I am genuinely so glad I got to see you two and everybody, and it's really nice. It's really nice. It's really, really nice to be back. And I mean it. Because, sometimes you stream and you're like, oh my god, I'm so excited to be here. But you're like eyeing the stats like, oof, that's not going well, diva. But, I truly mean it. Okay. Ooh, I haven't done this in a very long time. But we're gonna go and raid our friend Jam, because they are streaming. And, they're playing Pokemon Leaf Green. Love. How do I do this again? Okay, so I do /raid, right, okay. And then I just do the channel name, right. Did I do it? Okay. Ooh. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I have anything set up. Don't worry about it. Just, honestly, just be like, hey, Ruby said hi. Ruby said hi. Have a good one. Have a wonderful week. I truly appreciate you so much. And yeah, I'll see you when I see you. Bye. Go say hi to Jam for me. I will be there too, don't worry. Ooh, okay, bye.